welcome back to my channel. So today I decided that I wanted to go a little more darker and a little more dramatic, and somehow came up with this smoky eye. I wanted it to be just a little different than your regular smoky eye, and I added red into it just to add a little pop of color and a little more fun. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep on watching. Alright guys, let's get started. So I already have my foundation and concealer on and set, and primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. So with a big fluffy brush, I am taking Makeup Geek's Beaches and Creme and really focusing this on my crease area and above. We do not need to really worry about the lid so much at this point yet. We're going to be doing something a little different after. So we just want to focus this on areas where we're going to be laying down bright colors and colors that really needed to be blended out and blown out. Now that we've got that base color down on a doe foot shaped brush, I am taking Anastasia Beverly Hills Warm Taupe and really focusing this on my crease and just above my crease. Normally I start on my eyelids and work my way up, but this time we are doing everything backwards and starting at the top, working our way down. Does not have to be really precise or blown out at this point. We just want to make sure that we get this color down in the right area and the right shape. I opted to go for a more rounded shape. You can certainly do this as more of a winged out look if you really want, but today we're going round, and I just want to make sure that it is even on both sides in shape and depth of color right now. The next thing I'm doing is taking a flat packing brush, not a particularly dense or stiff one, and I am using Makeup Geek's Mars. Now this is a beautiful red color from the Manny MUA collab with Makeup Geek. If you don't have that palette, any red shade that you're drawn to will work. It could be a really rich red, a very cranberry red. Doesn't have to be super bright. This one's not as bright in person as it is on camera, which is fine. It looks really pretty on camera. Anyways, so what we're going to do is put this in the same shape where we put the warm taupe, but we're just going to do it a little bit lower. You are going to look really funny for a while in this look until we get everything laid down and blended out. And you're going to have like giant red C's basically painted over your eyelids, but it comes together. So focusing again on the shape and getting the depth of the red to where I want. Not going to be perfect, not going to be pretty. I just really want to make sure that it's as opaque and as bright as I want it in the shape that I want it. Once I'm happy with the red, I am taking my Ulta gel eyeliner in Blackout, and I'm going to start coloring in my moving eyelid. This is going to be the base for our black eyeshadow. So you really want to get this all over your eyelid and get it up to where your crease is before you're going to start blending the colors out. So it might go over a bit of the red that you've already put down. This is not going to be neat or pretty whatsoever because it's just going to be a base. But you really do want to focus on getting that outer edge if you're going for a wing shape down and sharp. But since we're going for round, I'm more focusing on getting it rounded on my eyelid towards where my crease is. And you're going to do this to both eyes. Try and make them match as much as you can. As you can see, I just stuck that black under my lower lash line, which is fine because we're going to be basically coloring all over our eyes with this. Once you have your eyelids done, you're going to take this into your tight line and waterline and along your lash line, top and bottom. Oh, my cat's being a creeper and just kind of sitting there staring at me. You really want to make sure that you get this all the way to your lashes and between your lashes because you do not want any of your skin color showing. I know it's always creepy watching people tightline their eyes, but you can see that that little mistake that I made earlier, completely gone after this. And now we are going to take Blackout from Urban Decay and put this all over our lids with a flat packing brush. Personally, when I did this look, I stupidly did my face first because, again, I don't make anything easy on myself and got lots of fallout. So you can either put some powder on your face to catch the fallout and then sweep it all off, or just do your foundation and concealer after. Of course, I didn't do either of those, so I do have to go back in and clean it up a little bit afterwards. But what we want to do is, because we put that black eyeliner down first, the black eyeshadow is going to stick and become even darker and richer onto your lids, which, hey, if you love black eyeshadow as much as me, it's exactly what you're looking for. It doesn't have to be super neat, super perfect. Again, just try and get it in the general shape that you're going for. And now we are going to blend our little hearts out. With a clean, fluffy blending brush, I'm going to start focusing on that black where it meets the red and just begin to blow out any of those harsh lines before we go in with any more product. I really just want to get that a little bit softer because we did make it pretty harsh, which is perfectly fine. It's usually how I do things. Once I got that softened up quite a bit, I'm going to take on another blending brush, more of that Mars. And this is where I'm really, really, really going to start focusing on buffing out those harsh lines. So I'm going to go back and forth in windshield wiper motions and circular motions to get rid of that harsh black circle on your eyelid. And this might take a few tries. I'm definitely going to go back and forth, adding black in, adding more red, adding more black, adding more red, blending, blending, blending. Once I've got that done on a pointed blending brush, I'm taking more of that warm taupe and now blending out the red above where that met the warm taupe where we laid it down before. So like we put the colors on in steps, we're going to start blending out in steps. And this is another going back and forth, just adding more color in, blending it out, adding more color back in, blending it out. And once you're happy with your top, we're now going to work on our bottom eyelid. So we started with the warm taupe, the red, and the black. We're going to do the exact opposite with your bottom lid. First, you're going to lay down the black. Do not do what I did and use the same brush that you used on your eyelid. Just don't. Use a smaller brush, because if you do what I did, you're going to get fallout all over your face, which is a pain and upsetting, and when you go to wipe it off, you're just going to streak it all over the place. So once you've got the black down, the next thing on a pencil brush, I am using Mars. Go figure. And we're going to start smoking out that line, just keeping that circular shape and getting rid of any harsh black underneath. And then last but not least is blend all of that out with the same pointed blender brush from before with warm taupe, just to get everything smoother and softer and smokier. And if I'm not happy with this at the end again, I might just take that same brush with Beaches and Creme and just run along the edges just to clean up anything that's still harsh or still not as blown out as I'd want. With the eyes done, I popped on some lashes and some mascara, cleaned up any fallout, did my brows, and now it's time to focus on the face. On a flat contouring brush, I am going to start by doing, it's not super dramatic contour, but it's not your typical everyday contour. I'm using my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and just laying it down, bringing it down pretty far. I really want my cheekbones to stand out. And I'm just going to run this along my jawline to help define my jaw and chin just a tiny bit more. Then with an angled face powder brush and a little bit more of that bronzer, I am just going to go over the line that we had already laid down to blow it out a little more on the tops of my cheeks, but still keeping a pretty straight, structured contour on the hollows of my cheeks. And what little bit is left on the rest of that brush, I am just going to run that along the perimeter of my face. With the contour on my face done, I'm going to do a pretty quick, pretty straight, close together lines on my nose to get a nice nose contour. And I'm going to bring this pretty far up to almost close to my eyebrows. Definitely going for a little more dramatic look today. And then once that's done, just quickly blend it all out, because nobody wants to see brown lines on your nose. It's not cute. Just blend. Always blend. That's my one thing. Even when you think you're done blending, keep blending. Yeah, there is no harm in over blending. That's for sure. And then I'm going to quickly blush my cheeks with the NYX Ombre blush in Strictly Chic. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know this is my favorite blush bronzer combination, especially with a strong contour like this. It makes my cheekbones just really pop out, which is what I love and I'm looking for. The next thing I'm going to do with a fan brush is use the Becca highlighter in Opal and hit the tops of my cheekbones with this. Just a little more added pop and shine, and then I'm going to use the same fan brush to put a little bit down the bridge of my nose. After that, with the same highlighter, I'm not changing highlighters or anything, with a fluffier brush, I am just going to highlight under my brow bones and my cupid's bow. And now we can move on to lips. This is actually one of my favorite nude lip combinations, and it's really, really, really easy. So what you're going to use is the NYX lip liner in Nude Beige. You can use any nude lip liner you want. This one I just happen to like because it looks a little bit paler on me and neutralizes the pinkness of my own natural lip. And instead of just lining the lips, we are going to color in our entire lips and really perfect the shape. And once that base color from the lip liner is down, I'm just going to top it off with the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brûlée. I go back and forth using Creme Brûlée and Tiramisu. Tiramisu is just a little bit darker and not as pink, but Creme Brûlée is always my go-to, especially when it comes to this particular nude lip. And the final step with any look is to seal it all in. I am using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and just giving myself a quick mist with that. And that's the completed look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial and you maybe take a risk and create something bold and dark like this. If you want to see what else I'm up to, I will leave the links to all of my other social media down below in the box. And I can't wait to show you guys what's next. Bye!